Howdy and welcome to the 5th episode, Tales of the Meta. My name's Michael Lemke.
Justin Shaft.
And we are post-Worlds. So before we get started, I do want to say congratulations to one player that played really hard, really good deck building, and that is Ellie for taking a Dalmatian puppy patch and Thunderbolt to the Worlds and getting top 8.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys here for enduring last week while I was gone. For the 10 viewers that are still here, we appreciate you. I convinced Khan last week to play Brooms.
So DKP did play Brooms. Yinsid. He didn't play Brooms. Played a Yinsid deck. Wasn't even Brooms.
DKP and Brooms won Worlds. Pretty sick.
World-class cards. True. Congrats, DKP. We know that you put in the hard work. We know that you did a really hard boot camp the week before, and you were prepped, ready, and I mean, you just performed, right?
Yeah, super. One of the only people in the world that deserve it. I can't think of anyone that deserves it more.
Yeah, it was a super impressive victory. I mean, Ed was playing on fire up until that final.
Ed had lost one game going into that finals.
Like not one match, like one game. I actually did know that one game going in, and it was. I mean, that was it. And so, I mean, DKP, congrats to you, man.
Congratulations, the LeBron James, the Warriors Slayer.
There he is, yeah.
Basketball reference.
Yeah, I mean...
That's what you come here for.
You come here for the sports reference. I'm going to throw out a football reference at some point, right? But we do want to talk about the announcements that were made, right?
Oh, there was some stuff announced at work,
Just a couple things announced. I think one of the big things that was announced was the North American Challenge.
Sick.
Yeah,
we got DLCs again.
DLCs coming back. We got 3. We got Milwaukee on October 25th, 26th, Richmond, Virginia in January, and then Indianapolis next summer.
There was somebody in Houston that thought Richmond was Richmond, Texas.
That would be wild. Did someone really?
Shout out to Shauna.
Okay, all right, Shauna. Okay. Yeah, shout out. No, not Richmond, Texas. It is Richmond, Virginia. I mean... Indianapolis seems like fun. Indianapolis is always a great city to go to. I think that'd be fun.
A lot of people aren't happy necessarily with this announcement, but man, it felt like we've been almost a year since the DLC.
Yep.
I think it feels great just to have something to look forward to.
I do too, and I think, DLCs are so fun. Milwaukee, world-class cards up there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They've been doing some big tournaments, so I think being rewarded with their kind of fan base, their crew up there, I think that's going to be awesome one to start out.
It's a little unfortunate that it's all like in the Northeast, but I have a feeling like this is over a year and a half span. I have a feeling we'll probably get something.
To be honest with you, I'd be completely shocked if we didn't get any others.
I think Ravensburger is just kind of at a point where they don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. They did so much of that in the first year. I think they're just trying to underpromise and then overperform. The changes are great. The top 32 now, all best of 3, 12 rounds.
Yep. So let me pull up the format here. So the main event, it is going to be 12 rounds of Swiss broken up between 2 days. So the first day is going to be 8 rounds of Swiss, best of 3, which is huge news. I know a ton of people are rejoicing about that. And then day 2 will be 4 rounds of Swiss, best of 3, and then top cut to 32.
Yeah. The amount of games that you're going to be able to play is ridiculous over the best of 2 format. I mean, you could be playing 100% more games, twice as many games as you were before in a best of 2 DLC. The best of 2 9-round DLCs were brutal. I mean, you had to win something like 15 out of 18 games, whatever it was, 504. So that's 14 out of 18 games you had to win, which is kind
of wild. I mean, I do like the best of 3. I think it is going to just allow it to be a little more competitive, make people feel like they're in it longer, and then 12 rounds. That's a lot.
Do you hope they go completely away from best of 2 now, or are you...
So, I mean, as someone that plays a kind of hyper aggro deck, the best of 2 format, I think, wasn't that bad for that. I mean, you can kind of...
Just win dice rolls, man.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Yep. Playing a hyper aggro just kind of feels bad to lose the dice roll, so... I don't know.
I'm super excited that they were willing to try something new. I think it was actually a really good idea, but with the amount of rounds that they ended up doing, a 2,000 player tournament only playing 9 rounds was just kind of not great. But looking back, we know that these were expected to be 500 players. So
right, and so they didn't expect it to be that many people, and so now that they do, having 12 rounds makes sense. And then the best of 3. I like the best of 3. The best of 2 I didn't like as much in your LGS games, right, with not as many rounds.
Right.
I did think it was okay with the higher amount of rounds. But with that many rounds, I mean, we do want to look at some prizing, don't we?
Absolutely.
So for top 32, so instead of top 64, they are just cutting straight to top 32. And so the top 32 are going to get the Elsa Ice Maker foil promo card, which I have kids that are completely into Frozen and Frozen 2. And so my daughter would absolutely love this.
Yeah, having an Elsa promo is just super crazy. It'll be worth more than the Let It Go, I'm sure. The Simba prize card, which isn't listed on here, is absolutely sick. I also a big Mulan fan.
So this is the top 64 is the Simba.
Yeah.
So they are still doing a top 64 prize. And then something that they've added, which I think is super, super cool, is the 5-round wins. So it seems like, are they still doing tickets? Do we know? Or is this kind of instead of
yeah,
tickets? I guess there's a prize
don't know
wall.
if this is going to replace the Let It Go that was top 128 in these big things, or if they're still going to do tickets. Who knows? But these promos are, in my opinion, sick. I know some people weren't happy with them. People just seem to be like doomsdayers. At least we're getting information now. We've gone a year without having anything. Let's give them the opportunity kind of to correct their mistakes. Hopefully we get some more announcements. And
I mean, I feel like I'm really happy with the direction the Enchanted are going. I think that these promos are just really cool. And then if we're even talking about the prizing that they're doing for the higher places, I think them doing the uncut sheets is just awesome.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest issues with the last one, was top 4 basically didn't matter. And then come to find out you were playing for a Worlds invite that you weren't even aware of for the entire season.
Right.
That was kind of weird. But yeah, they're making steps in the right direction. I wish that this Elsa was the 2-5.
Of course you do. Yeah.
But besides that, I wish the cards were playable, but also on the same end, I understand where they're coming from, not making them playable. But
right. Because I mean, if it's playable, then I mean, the price is just going to be
Merlin Goat or something would be absolutely.
I mean, that would just be wild.
Yep.
But then top 16 is going to get a playmat. So same thing, the Elsa playmat. Top 8, you get your golden Mickey. So we still have 500 to hand out, right? There's 500 of them out there somewhere. And then top 4 is a foil uncommon uncut sheet.
What does that mean? What kind of sheet is that?
So I mean, that is an entire sheet of every uncommon foil in one sheet, right?
Is that worth a lot? I don't know.
So I'm new to TCGs, but this would go immediately in my office on my wall.
Yeah.
I think JDZ said something about framing it, and in my head, I was like, how much is this going to cost to frame?
That would be sick, yeah.
I mean, the framing, if you don't know, if you haven't adulted with a frame, framing is not cheap.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, it's worth it.
We get a trophy now, too. They had a trophy somewhere along the way.
Yeah, they did.
Are great.
So, just the challenge, you win a trophy from the challenge. Top 2 will also get a full foil set, including the Enchanteds and the Epics, which is going to be really cool. And then first place gets a foil rare uncut sheet and the trophy.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds cool.
Yep. I saw Din with his trophy at Disney.
Taking pictures all over the place.
Taking a picture with Mickey, taking a picture everywhere. So, I mean, I'm a sucker for a trophy. I really like a trophy. But I guess the challenge is, what are all these leading to?
Worlds. We just had it. Worlds was sick this year. I don't know.
We just had it. You went for the week. You boot camped up there. You had a lot of fun, right?
Got to go to Disney World, all that stuff. Shout out to Robert. World Class Cards is the best. We got to go to Disney World, all paid. Crazy.
I mean, I saw some pictures. It looked like a lot of fun. So trying to run it back next year, right? I mean,
that's the idea.
In theory, they're probably not going to do it at the same Disney, are they?
Who knows? You would imagine so. Right?
You think? You don't think they wouldn't go to Paris?
That would be sick.
I mean, if we're doing Worlds and we got all the Asian countries, are we going to go to China? We're going to do Japan? I mean,
is China going to be with us for Worlds? Do they have?
Yeah, China gets 4 total invites.
Okay, so they're going to be caught up. Okay, great. Super excited about all that stuff. Maybe we can LCQ next year, and maybe we could do that.
That'd be fun. Tales of the Meta, yeah, we can do it.
Tales of the Meta in Paris. We had a huge announcement break today, huh?
Yes, we did. We had a huge announcement. So if we're talking about big tournaments coming up, we do have a new kind of invitational. It is an invitational coming up, and it is
Charlie's Collectibles, 50,000 guaranteed. I don't know if it's guaranteed. I don't know why I say that word coming from poker. $50,000 tournament, 128 players.
I've never seen guaranteed in anything Lorcana.
No, you shouldn't. It's terrible. I shouldn't say it at all.
But yeah, the invitational. So this is going to be invite only.
invite.
Right? So how do you get invited to this, right?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so there are going to be some CCS, some Try Collectibles show 25K qualifiers.
Yep.
So there's going to be 4 of these throughout the year. We don't know. We only know when this one is. We don't know. I don't think we have announcement for any of the other ones. But there will be an auto qualification for the top 8 from each of these 25K events. And so if you notice, it's a 128-person invitational.
Wow.
So if there's 4 25Ks, 8 people, top 8, that's 32. There are a lot of other spots left for this invitational. So something that they're going to be doing with, I think, all of their events, or maybe just those 4, is they're going to be doing a points leaderboard.
Yeah, 80 people qualifying for the points.
So there will be 80 people that will have a chance to qualify just based on points. You don't necessarily have to do super well. You don't have to get the top 8, but I mean, I'm sure placing higher is going to help that. But there will be 80 people that qualify based just solely on points. And then the last 16 spots, we haven't really been announced how these happen yet, but there will be last chance qualifiers. So there are going to be 16 last chance qualifier winners that will be able to make it.
Yeah, super excited that the invitational starts after Chris wins. It'll be a great needle. I'll make fun of him for a long time.
Yeah, it'll be. I sincerely hope that Chris qualifies, but if he doesn't, it will be just
he wins CCS.
Icing on the cake. Yeah,
it'll be great.
I think, but Chris should be traveling. Y'all should be traveling to a bunch of them, right? So
yeah, I would assume.
I would imagine
we're going to all of them, definitely.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, Atlanta's an easy travel for us.
Yeah, only 3 DLCs. I'm probably going to try to go to one Europe one. Try to convince Michael to try. Chat, just go ahead and convince Michael to go to PPG this weekend. He's talking about not going, and it's in Texas. Said he's going to be in Dallas, and it went up.
I don't know if I'm going to be competing.
Okay.
I'm going to come. I'm going to try to support some people. I'm going to root on my friends. Hopefully, my friends do well. No, we'll see. There's still tickets available. So, speaking of that, right? So
PPG,
you're talking about this weekend. This weekend. I know you just love seeing your face.
Love seeing your face.
But this weekend we do have the 10K on Friday.
10K on Friday, 15K on Saturday.
And then a 3v3 2K.
And then I'm going to be one of the bounty players on Saturday.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. I get a free play mat. I think you get some packs for beating me, which no one's going to get. Let's be real.
Whatever. I don't know, man. If I was going, I'll just take puppies and just dominate you. But no. So what? So you win packs if you beat you? Is that the bounty?
So. I think that's exactly what it is.
Cool.
We're supposed to have a meeting Saturday morning, figure out all the logistics. I'll tweet that out on my Twitter, my X, whatever it's called.
I'm going to throw this out there that so I'm going to give some to him to take with him, but I'm also going to give some. See if we can find some Tales of the Meta, or maybe some foil Dalmatian puppy tail waggers. That if someone beats Justin, I'm going to let him give them.
Michael thinks he's not going to go to this PPG that's in Dallas while he's going to be in Dallas.
I'm going to go. I have Saturday. I've already.
Well, now he promised the people.
I've already talked to my family. Well, I'm going to be there on Saturday. So.
Super excited about PPG going forward. This is a huge tournament. Shout out to these third-party people really picking up for the community. SSG, CCS, and now PPG. It's great.
I absolutely love it. People are talking about how the competitive scene hasn't been doing that well, but from what I've seen, it seems to be that there's lots of big tournaments. I mean, there's tournaments in just about every state right now for the foreseeable future.
People haven't been excited about this announcement, but man, it feels like there's been like a lifeblood injected back into the game since Worlds happened, since we have DLCs again. I know that they're a long ways away, but still, a couple months, get some DLCs back, win some promo cards, go to these Charlie's collectibles. Hopefully we can get one more person running tournaments, I think.
Yeah, I think we need one more big kind of event runner.
Yeah,
especially, I mean, I know that the people in the Pacific Northwest are just... like they really want something.
Shout out to Texas. Anybody want to run some tournaments in Texas? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Game guys, we're looking at you.
Yeah, game guys. Well, Tales of the Meta will actually we will stream it.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were going to promise.
Cast something.
I was nervous.
Something. Or Chef's always in for a bounty, so we can always do a bounty.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out if you come to Houston. Let us know what days you're going to be here. We'll let you know what shops to play. And we'll definitely throw out a bounty for some players that are there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So PPG is this weekend. So we do need to talk about what decks people are taking, what what you would take, what we think the meta is going to be. I mean, what do you think?
I thought we'd kind of do a PSA here. Do not play the World's decks. Those decks are not going to do well this weekend.
Don't do it, guys. I know that Ed just dominated and DKP just dominated, but they built their decks. They spent a lot more time, energy, and effort putting their thought process into this decks with the idea that they get to ban something.
Yeah,
if you can't ban anything, these decks are not as good.
Especially Ed's decks. Ed's decks had no shot ever beating Ruby Sapphire. He was just trying to go one step above the mid-range decks, be kind of good against the aggro decks, be good against the mid-range decks, and just never be able to beat the blue decks. And that's exactly what he did. Shout out to Ed. He had a great run this weekend.
I mean, Ed did great, right? But Ed kind of knew going in what he was doing, right? So he tweeted out, what was this, yesterday, that he was trying to sneak the mirror, right? Like, he knew that that red-blue was going to be a hard matchup. Right? Like, he knew that any of his decks that he played, that red-blue matchup was going to be tough. So, guys, he knew it. Don't play those decks.
That was the one thing that we found out in the house this weekend, is that Items deck is not good against the burn version, the DKP version. Yeah, not good at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure y'all ran it back a whole bunch of times because everyone leading up to this with RB, or with Red Blue, there was this, okay, is the item deck, is the DKP better, right? And in general, everyone had different thoughts, but head-to-head, I don't think there was really that much of a question.
Yeah, you put two hideaways in that DKP burn version, it wipes the floor with it. They're able to, they put all of their hand into ramping out fast, putting a workshop in play. You just hide away the first workshop, it's a bye. You win the game.
Yeah, and exactly what DKP did in multiple rounds, actually, was he just put mana out and was like, oh, deal with it.
Right. It takes so long for items to actually win the game that matchup's not close.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to PSA that don't just net deck all these pros from this past weekend. That was a different tournament. We're moving on to different formats, and it seems like best of 3 is where we're going to move toward. And so with that, I mean, this weekend at PPG, what are you thinking? What's strong?
So I wrote down what I think the meta is going to look like. And this is kind of how you guys should be building your decks. You're not always right, but this is how you win a tournament. You peg the meta correctly, you play the right deck, you decide what matchups you decide to fade, and then fade them. That's how you win a tournament. Kind of what I think is going to be about 30% blue-red, 20% items, 10% burn.
So when you say blue-red, you mean DKP.
Correct. Yeah,
right.
The burn deck is the DKP version, the shark style.
So RB, when we're talking just RB in general, we're talking about DKP, and then items is the red-blue items.
The 8-drop Tamatoa, Lucky Dime, win the game without interacting, basically.
So you think there's going to be a whole bunch of the field is going to be red, blue, burn. I mean, DKP just won, so of course there's going to be a whole bunch of people doing DKP stuff.
Yeah, just giving
you
a
heads up. And then items, and then Amber Steel.
The world-class cards thought it was going to be about half DKP versions at Worlds. There were only 4 people, I believe, don't quote me, but I believe there was only 4 people that ran the Shark version, which was all of the world-class cards plus Zan. Frank Karsten, Zan, Khan, and then Kurt were the 4 people that ran Burn. And I think that version is just better. So I don't think there's going to be a big difference. Even the pros are continuing to play items, even though I think it's a better deck.
Shout out Jonathan Williams, still playing items.
Jonathan Williams, yeah, he seems to go X1 in every tournament, kind of incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he does awesome with it every turn. If you were to say
don't broke it.
who is going to get top 2, I would definitely say Jonathan Williams almost every tournament.
Is he going to this tournament?
I don't know if he's going. I don't think he's going to PPG.
Definitely not winning. Second place, right?
I mean, he's got to get second place, right? Yeah. No, I don't know.
Shout out Jonathan Williams.
Yeah, shout out Jonathan Williams. Just top in every tournament that I've seen him at.
35% Amber Steel. I think about 25% of the meta is going to be the aggro, hamster, go fast deck, and then 10% songs.
Okay.
Then maybe 20% green purple. There's a million versions of the green purple deck. There's the Tempo. There's the Diablo. There's the discard.
Mo was playing discard, right?
Yeah, Mo was playing discard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think no matter what we say in our PSA, I think there's going to be a lot of net decking from this past weekend.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't listen to this podcast. Not shout out to them.
Yeah.
And then maybe the last 10-15% is going to be like green steel. A lot of the discard decks, the green, yellow, blurple, things like that, a smattering. of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly right. I think we're going to see still a lot of red-blue. Amber Steel has just been so consistent, and I mean, Kurt's Rhino version.
Right.
I think a lot of people are going to be playing that. I think that's just a fairly consistent deck and can win on the play or on the draw, really.
Yeah, if you win the dice roll, I don't think anything's favored against that deck, really.
No.
You're just going so fast.
It's something I noticed that you didn't mention, which I also noticed that not too much of it this past weekend, but Ruby Amethyst.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't think as many people are playing it, even though I think it topped a tournament last weekend with the evasive version, but I just don't think as many people are playing it.
It's just a super fair deck. I would not recommend anyone play Ruby Amethyst in this meta right now. Not because it's bad, but just because you're not going to have any free wins. Everything's going to be a scrap. Unless you're like Kendall Burnett or somebody like that, I would not recommend playing that deck.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, it's a consistent deck, but you're going to grind out every game that you play. Like
you're in every game, and it's going to be super close.
Yeah, I agree. And then what? So if you're going this weekend,
yeah,
do you have 2 or 3 decks that you're choosing from?
I've got 3 decks that I'm kind of deciding between. Obviously, the DKP blue-red deck that I've been talking up this whole segment.
Yep.
Blurple.
Okay.
Akita version with 4 Finders Keepers.
Okay, yeah. I think we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
So something like that, yeah.
I think that would probably be the least likely deck. And then Brooms. Yeah. Just be on brand, go play Brooms, sweep the competition away. Yeah. I think that's what I'm leaning towards, but I wouldn't be surprised if I play the blue-red deck either.
So going into this podcast, I knew that I loved puppies and that we were going to talk about puppies a lot. I did not realize that this was going to be a puppy versus broom podcast.
You made it this way.
I did.
Heroes are... they're not born; they're made.
Yeah, true.
You've turned me into.
I guess I have. Yeah. So if I were to bet on what he's playing, I would bet that it's going to be that Brooms.
I would guess that too.
But that's just his fallback.
I think it's the best deck in the format right now.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I mean, you did qualify for all of your stuff with the red blue, right?
I topped Seattle with red blue.
Yep.
I topped Continentals with amber steel.
Oh, that's right. You did the amber steel, very aggro.
I would definitely say that I'm like people know me for playing blue red.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, you're not Jonathan Williams or a DKP, but you're good, I guess.
You can't even say that about DKP anymore. He won Worlds with Brooms.
Yeah. Okay, that was one of his decks with the Yin Sid deck. We need to stop. I need to stop. I need to correct myself and stop calling it a broom deck. It was a Yin Sid
stop
deck.
talking about puppies.
Thunderbolt. I'm gonna say it's a Thunderbolt deck now.
Thunderbolt's a good card.
So Ellie has my favorite quote from the entire weekend, and I wish I could pull up our group chat, our Lorcana group chat.
We would be canceled.
I stated at the beginning of the set of the Arcasia's Island, is that the Thunderbolt? That Thunderbolt was the best card in that set.
Lemke says a lot of things.
I do say a lot of things. I do make a lot of claims. But I said that Thunderbolt was the best card, which Tamatoa is probably the best. But Thunderbolt's really up there, right?
He said it was the best bodyguard.
He did say it was the best bodyguard. And I think he's right. I mean, 3/7. Shift 3 was really the thing, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The card is cracked in a vacuum. If there's a good puppy, it's a good card.
Yeah, I mean, right. Like, I think if Patch was a 1/3 instead of an 0/2.
Yeah, if they come out with a good puppy, it's going to be good.
He's... Okay. If it come out with a good broom, no, I can't even say that. I get just one. I'm cooked. So PPG
this weekend.
Yep. Say hi to Justin. If you beat him,
say hi to Lemke.
Tweet it out. I'll be
sign
there.
Your puppies?
Yeah, I mean, bring puppies. I don't know if I'll sign. I'm not famous enough to sign them. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to. I don't have a signature. Shaft will sign brooms. No, Yin Sids.
Chris will sign brooms.
Chris. Yeah, we can get Chris to sign it.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, shout out Chris.
Going to be on J-Bomb's podcast this week. The Alter Academy. Come check that out. Teammate and good guy, friend J-Bomb. Check out the Alter Academy.
Altered Academy. That is going to be so good. I'm assuming you're going to be talking about the Yin Sid deck.
Brooms.
Yin Sid deck, yep. I'm going to DM J-Bomb and make sure that he titles the episode Yin Sid deck, not Broom deck.
He would not do that.
That's it. That's all we got.
Great.
Worlds was awesome. Again,
Super
congrats
sick.
DKP.
Shout out DKP.
Congrats everybody that competed. Y'all did
Frank.
Awesome. Like Kurt, Frank. It was really fun watching Bivens in the top 4, top 8. I mean, it was just a lot of fun to watch. So shout out to y'all. PPG this weekend. Again, come say hi to us. I'm probably going to try to film something for next week's episode there. We'll see.
Yep.
But other than that, have a good week, guys.
Shout out Dinner Bell.